Men's mental health is performative. I'm sorry. Come for me all you want. But it's Men's Mental Health Month, and I really didn't know because I haven't seen one man post on this. The first person I heard talking about this was a woman. Make it make sense. But when women talk about scary statistics on things that literally physically put our lives in danger, the first thing you hear a man say is, well, men experience it too. Well, men deal with this. Never hear them talk about it any other time. Apart from complaining about how they have to, I don't know, pay for the date, you never hear men talking about like issues that honestly fall under feminism if we're talking about equality for all or equity for all. But you never hear them bring up these things on their own. It's always in response to what a woman is going through. I don't know, but I feel like the reason this is because a lot of issues affecting men's mental health comes from their male counterparts and not from women, and that's harder for them to address. And obviously this is a blanket statement, and there's men that do care about mental health, and there's plenty of women that care about men's mental health, because when men aren't mentally sound, which happens a lot, we are usually the victims in that. But I just found it a little bit odd. I don't know, just an observation.
Ah, this wasn't even on my album, right? And I'm sorry that I started this with a 1.5 minute clip of some bullshit. Uh, so it is Men's Mental Health Month. And no, I haven't been making content about men's mental health for this month because honestly, it's something that I talk about all the time. One thing that I feel like we do not do enough as a people is we create these social circles or these bubbles, these enclosed spaces, these echo chambers, and then we get upset when there's no representation of an alternate idea or an alternate viewpoint. It's because you isolate yourself. And this isn't just women who do this. This is men. This isn't just a young people thing. It's an older people thing. I just think people need to get out more and get comfortable with having conversations. And that's because of these motherfuckers right here. What I mean by that, phones have opened up the visibility, right, for people to see things. And a lot of times I feel like it hasn't opened up their mindset to be open to other things because seeing things is just one aspect of reality. There's a perception issue and then there's a reality like distinction that isn't occurring with this young lady. Now, I do agree with her on one point. She said she thinks part of the issue with men's mental health is how it's related to men counterparts' view on mental health. I agree with you there. I think if your circle does not respect mental health, I think you, birds of a feather who flock together, are not going to be brave enough to challenge those thoughts because you may feel outnumbered. Now, the problem lies is I hate when people say this is performative. At first, I was just going to mind my business because I thought she was making an observation from a content creator standpoint. Because that is true. Whenever there is a lot of these months or these awareness moments, people will create content catering for that during that period because there will be a boost in it. There's a rise in it. Now, the authenticity of it is under question because, again, through a cell phone, this is only perception versus reality, right? You could perceive where the shirts look like you're at an event supporting a rally, but at the end of the day, you could leave, shit get hot, or you could be talking bad or be doing harm in actuality. The problem I have with people who create this content is they create these amen corners. And then I'm going to say this, and I'm going to hold your hand, men, when I say this. You susceptible men see these amen corners and think it's all women. You blanket them. And then as soon as that happens, you generalize a whole thing, defeating your entire point. I don't run into these type of conversations frequently because that's not the algorithm I built. That's not the community I built. I built an inclusive community around me. That way I don't have to worry about, am I aware of this or not? I have built my own space where others feel comfortable coming to me with their experiences because I do not judge. I just fucking listen. That's it. And I think a lot of people have that problem. I think a lot of people don't know how to just shut the fuck up and listen. If you just sit back and don't say nothing, don't offer your solution. I'm talking to men and women here. Just sit back and let that person talk. They'll tell you everything that's on their mind. There's a patience that comes with it too. You know, and to my people, and I'm talking to myself, who are the fixers, that isn't the time. Sometimes people just want to get it out, and that's okay. Venting is 1000% real. It is something we all should be able to do. It's something we should be comfortable with. If you find yourself around women who's like, I can't be around a man who cries, or a man who's like, I can't be around a woman who always talking about her feelings and what she thinks and want to have serious conversation, go to therapy. Go read a book. You know what? Yeah, go read a book first. Go do some self-enlightenment. And I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people say I go and take care of my mental health by doing XYZ, not knowing that a lot of the activities you're engaging in are harmful, right? A lot of people is like, my way of having self awareness and taking care of self is going home and drinking a bottle of wine. Yeah, okay, it's okay to enjoy the things you enjoy, but how does that improve your mental health? And I don't mean it feels good. No, like genuinely, how does it benefit you? Feeling good is no different than somebody shooting heroin, because that feels good. You feel me? Somebody engaging in an addiction, someone engaging in violence. It feels good to them in a lot of cases. So distinctively tell me how those things improve your self-health. Stop being so surface level. Get deep with that shit. Have those conversations and stop being surface level thinkers. My problem with a lot of people is they love to make make clips. They don't like to make conversations. If you really wanted to have that conversation, if you were really concerned about Men's Mental Health Month and the lack of authenticity, talk about that. Go find it. It is there. I talk about this all the time. A motherfucker will use Google to find the dirt, to find the tea, to find all this information on famous people. But when it comes to actual fucking research, we just want to chat GPT it or just say you heard something somebody else said. I'm going to give you another example. Me and my girl got into a debate one time because we were talking about what defines as reading a book, right? Can you say you read a book if you listen to the audiobook? And she said, no, you can't, because you did not do that task. You did something else and you trying to call it that. That is 1000% what people are doing. They are going on these spaces, talking about these people in a general blanket and saying, well, I don't see any of that, therefore it must not exist. No, it's out there. You're just being lazy. If you were really concerned about finding the item you're talking about, you will go and search. It's plenty of people out there. Does it take effort? Yes. Will it take time? Yes. Are you willing to put it in? Are you willing to have the discussion, to have the debate back and forth that you may get on why you feel that way and why that may not actually be true? If not, you're just an echo chamber, just making content. And if you're that, I understand. I hope you get as many blocks as you get likes, because you're harmful. I had no intentions of having this conversation about men's mental health. I'm gonna give you an example. And honestly, you're right. A lot of times with these mental health moments and statements, they are performative, because you know what a lot of mental health advocation looks like? Private conversations. But you know what a lot of people love to do? They love to take their private conversations and make them public. How many times has someone passed away and you've been on Facebook or something? They'd be like, damn, I just talked to that person. And then they screenshot the conversation. I can't stand that. Why? Why did you need to do that validation for likes and clicks and shit? I remember I saw someone pass away, and in the comment, they said, damn, he just asked me for $20. Sir, why? What does that have to do with it? I'm so annoyed with this new age of people who are so addicted to validation through a click, a false qualitative count of someone acknowledging you. Like, we really have to get outside. I mean, we really got to go touch grass for real and talk to people. How many meaningful conversations are you having with people? Like, not just being around each other. I mean, like, really get into the weeds with what's going on with someone. Think about how often you be amongst other people and you're just on your phone. Now think about the other people that are there that's just on the phone. There is a block through community. It's an addiction to these devices and these narratives and these personas that people create, and we create these parasocial relationships and these echo chambers that just feed into these bullshit topics that come up like every 3-4 months. What's crazy to me is I'm seeing discourse about performative men's mental health, and I'm over here reading about Carmelo Anthony, trying to figure out where the fuck did it go wrong? How the fuck did he get 35 years? How the fuck can I extract information from that on what is truly self-defense and provide that for younger generations? How can I navigate what it means to be a black man growing up and a white man growing up? And how can I distinctively articulate how they differ for these younger folks? That's men's mental health. Creating a space where they can just openly speak without judgment. That's men's mental health. Offering advice when asked, offering an alternate solution, calling bullshit when they are bullshitting, holding them accountable when the topic comes up, when it challenges something you morally stand against. Don't stand there just because it's popular. That's what the conversation is supposed to be about. I just really cannot understand for the life of me how we as men allow these 1, 2, 3, 4 outliers speak for a whole generation, bro. I just do not understand. And what makes me even more uncomfortable is right after I see this video of this black woman bashing men's mental health, I see a white woman doing a stitch of this black woman, judging this black woman and making assumptions on her character. Excuse me, young lady, Miss White Lady. Stay the fuck out of our business. No offense. You got enough going on over there. This is a black man and a black woman conversation. We have no need for your input. I apologize. This is an in-house argument. You're looking in the windows trying to offer critique. Stay out of this, quite frankly. Because last time I checked, you were a detriment to both of us. Just being real. Check the statistics of the election. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, I just don't understand how we let these 1 or 2 vocal minorities hurt our feelings. I just don't understand. I was talking to my boy at work, talking about how we can get back to community. And I told him it takes stand-up men making a move with the children. Because I truly and firmly believe, because a lot of the men are lost and they're trudging in the waters, feeling like they're alone on an island because they feel like they're not cared about. So this is what we have to do. We have to create a network of islands until we create a mainland. So essentially what I mean is a couple of men here having a conversation, reach out to another, reach out to the kids, involve the children in some kind of life skill. Once you do that, the women will come because they will inquire on what is this positivity that is being displayed. What are these life skills? How did you learn that? Where did you get that from? The mystery of trying to learn where this knowledge came from will attract those to you. Jesus fed the multitude with what? okay. I know a lot of us like to look into things literally, but there's a metaphor in there. If you feed it to the children, you will get the attentions of the parents. You will get the attention of the women. And when you get the attention of the kids and the women and they're on board, the remaining flock of men will start to take notice and come in. And if they don't, they will create the island for themselves, and the community will be its own separate entity, because we all know that everybody can't go. It's not gonna happen. And when I say everybody can't go, I mean some of your uncles, I mean some of your brothers, some of your parents are not gonna get down with this. And that's fine. It sucks. But that's the point of community. Community is the extended family that looks out for the greater good of everyone. Some people are too far gone. Some people will take time. But it's up to you to decide if you want to invest in that. But the fact that you feel like the whole concept of men's mental health needs to be discarded because you don't see it says a lot more about you than it does us. I'm going to stop it right there. Fucking got me hot and shit, man. I'm pissed off.